Hi, I hope you're well. I just wanted to do a quick video. It's really interesting. I've been working with a couple of clients and the same issue has come up. And I sometimes find this when I'm working with clients that a similar thread will come along, whether or not that be the universal flow or divine energy. I don't know, but it's interesting that I always get a few clients together that have similar issues, and it's wonderful that one experience can then benefit another. And this is all around feeling not able to talk, not able to say how you feel. And it was interesting, both of them, when they tuned into where they were feeling it within the body, it was in the throat area. It's almost like when they go to speak, they can feel this tightening of the throat, neck and the shoulders. And they didn't actually realise that it was linked to the feeling around the throat, that you're not able to actually voice what you say. So that's just interesting how important it is to tune into where you feel it in the body. So, for example, if you're feeling anxiety or tension, where are you feeling it in the body? Sometimes a common place is around the stomach area, but if it's linked to being suppressed and suppressing those feelings down and not able to say how you feel, interestingly, neck, shoulders and into the back of the head. And I know when I've been working with clients with the body mechanics, so doing some massage and doing some work around that, and we might have just a general conversation, and it's so interesting because this is just a gentle thread that I see that's coming along, because we always learn. Life is, which is great, each part that I'm learning and experiencing, it's almost like a little light bulb moment goes bing. Could there be an emotional thread that's linked to the physical pain? And when I'm working on the neck and shoulders especially, or even if it's tightness, and interestingly, I had one client that had TMJ pain, which is temporal mandibular joint, can be a syndrome. And again, that was linked to the throat. And it came to being quite suppressed in this one time in work, a lot of pressure, a lot of tension. And when we were talking about it and working, and she felt better on the neck and shoulders, and I said, is there something that you've been holding back that you don't want to share, that you feel too afraid to actually speak up? And she went, oh my God, how did you know? And I was like, I just was interested. And she went, yeah, I've been given this extra workload and I can manage that, but I'm also in an area that's out of my comfort zone and I need more training. But I don't like to say anything because surely they would think that I should already know what I'm doing. So then I would feel a lack of, and it was interesting, I would feel that I don't want to speak up really and say, actually, I need a little bit of support. And as we were just talking through it, and I just gave her a couple of tapping techniques to take away to work on this issue. But I also said, work on getting that confidence to actually say how you feel, to actually be able to voice that. And we did a little quick role play where we played out the scenario that I was her boss, she was going to talk to me and say, okay, this is how I feel. And we did it just a couple of times, and I said, well, just tap on what's coming up in the body. And she had this clarity. She said, how am I meant to know about what to do if I've not had the training? How am I, even though I've been at the company 20 years? And actually, there's a couple of other people who feel like this. So why don't, if I speak out and say that I need this extra training, maybe they can train a few people up. Well, she sent me a text back and said, I can't believe it. She said, I went into work and her boss come up to her and said, right, you've got to do this extra work and that. And she said, well, I really do need training on it. Even though I'm not sure of that. And to her amazement, all of that stress, all of that worry about speaking up, he went, yeah, of course, actually, I was thinking about doing it. And what she made in her mind was so big, which we all do, you know, we kind of overthink things, which is a natural. It's I'm reading a great book called the Chimp Paradox, and I love it. I've read it before, but I'm reading it again. And the analogy is that in the centre of the brain, you've got the amygdala system, which is related to all of your emotions, and that's like the chimp. And that chimp is mischievous, it's reactive, and then you've got the human in the front part, the frontal cortex of the brain, and that's the rational, the more logical. And we have to manage this chimp, which is what, and I just thought, wow, what a great analogy. So well worth a read if you haven't, The Chimp Paradox. But so she texts me and says, oh, but it's all sorted. I haven't got to take on this extra until I've been trained, and then we're training the others. And I said, well, how's your neck pain? And she said, oh, I haven't got any. I said, oh, okay. And how's that feeling in the throat? I said, oh, no, it feels fine. And it was just interesting, that link, which is what I'm seeing, that thread. It's almost, and you can even do it when we look at posture, how you can change your posture if you're feeling, you know, overwhelmed and pressured, you can change it. So by just making that one change, and a lot of it we don't realise because we don't spend time. We might think, oh, I've got tension in the neck and shoulders. Oh, it's because I'm sitting at a desk and, you know, it's to be expected. And when this started to come round to the throat area for her, she was okay, as we, you know, we're talking on, and how she was releasing that. So that's why it's important to tune in. Just tune in. If you get that pain, what emotion is attached to it, or is there anything that's coming into the mind? Because the unconscious mind is quite clever. When you ask it the question, okay, where am I feeling in the body? Tension in my neck and shoulders and my throat. If it had an emotion, what would that emotion be? Might be frustration, tiredness. And just by even doing that simple, I suppose, check in with the body, can give you that moment of clarity. And that's why I use tapping, because I get the clarity quicker when I tap through my body and I acknowledge what I'm feeling. But we can't always do it by ourselves. That's why a lot of the clients that come to me, they say, I know what the issue is, I'm aware of it, but I don't know how to release it. Why can't I do this? What's holding me back? And that's why with EFT, when you work with a practitioner, we help to kind of unlayer some of those issues for you. But I just wanted to share it because, yeah, it was just so lovely. It's why I love what I do. I love doing the EFT and the body mechanics and the whole synchronicity of everything that's happening. And yeah, just infusing that passion that bit more. You know, I've always loved helping people physically, but to actually be able to offer those nuggets of clarity is priceless. Anyway, much love. I've got to start teaching my class in a moment, so I just wanted to share that with you.